Hi friends, it's summer here in southern Bavaria and it's really hot. We have temperatures far above 35 degrees, Celsius of course, and a lot of mosquitoes and such little critters. And was at the lake today and thought about something I've experienced yesterday in the Skype chat rooms, I've met someone, a kind person, and we talked about some things, and he was very religious, and so he brought this all to his religious perspective, And then I said that I don't believe in the God of the Bible, and also told him something about my soul. And then I went away from that room and was in another room. And then I came back and saw, of course, that he answered again. And then I realized that all what I've told him, he drew on his point of view, on his perspective, and his perspectives of religions and his relationship with God and with the soul which is given by God, and thought I felt myself like a sinner, and that is my conflict with my soul, but that isn't true, And I was swimming today at the lake in the morning and thought about that, and I thought we really have take care and be aware of that. Mostly we take the things what are said to us, from our perspective, and we interpret things with our point of view, even when the one who is talking with us has a totally another point of view, and so perhaps that what he wants to say us is totally different from what we thought he said to us, and quite interesting. And then I go further in the Skype rooms yesterday late at night, and also read some things about how times are changing, and also about Germany. I'm a German, and I can tell you almost nothing what I've read there is right. And I thought about how can people spread such things which are really not right, and they are not German and don't live here, so they have no notion what's really going on here and how people are who live here today, And I was at the lake, and as I swim, all those things were in my mind, And I thought further, and the other day, what I wanted to say, and sorry for this little sidewalk, the other day I saw a movie. The movie is some years old, I don't know from which time, but it's titled The Long Way Home, The Long Way Home. And it's about Aborigines in Australia, two children who were taken away from their parents and brought in a camp, because they didn't want that Aborigine could multiple or recreate themselves, And so they did that. And I thought also a gender, and that is also around 70 years ago from now, like in the German with the camps and the Jews, the whole terror and perverted, those perverted murderers, and that's the same. And also just 20 years back in Croatia and Serbia, the whole conflict, where the Serbians military murdered thousands of Croatians, it's still today, or in the USA with the Native Americans. How clearly there were agendas, but how can people get such a perspective on life to do that? To kill other people, or to put their whole culture of them. Is what people are doing today. We still put our culture on other people's. Perhaps in the Himalaya, the people here there were lucky before we came, before the Western countries came and said they have to go to school. Or the Chinese came and they have to go to school. Why? There is no need for a school in the Himalaya. They were all happy before we came. Just at the moment when they are bound with our culture, they get unhappy and they need a school. But why cannot we leave other people alone, like they want to live, like the Aborigines in Australia? Why have to have the Western countries or even the Eastern countries, put their whole perspectives of life on them? And why can we treat Earth in such a way like mankind is doing as a whole? Not the Aborigines, like people in Australia, for instance, but all the other countries treat animals like they were just a piece of fabric, living beings, or treat Mother Earth. It's our mother. It's a place where we live. It's a planet, and there is no planet elsewhere, far, far beyond to live. So how can we treat this planet, this wonderful, beautiful planet, like that? Perspectives, And so it's good when we hear into our hearts and give away mind. I had a long process to realize that really the mind, even when I thought my mind is connected with heart, and my mind is connected with heart, but we have only listened to the heart. And it doesn't matter what our mind telling us when we have this gut feelings that something isn't right. We just have to let it be. Namaste, my friends. Sending you all the blessings.